joke of the day.
Yeah.
What does someone who needs a heart surgery and a jealous person have in common?
Mambo za roho hizo.
Roho ngumu.
Kidogo. Wote wako na roho mbaya.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Roho yenye mbaya.
Hey there.
Hello, everyone who's listening on to us. This is On a Friday podcast. We hope you're well. We hope, by the way, with everything that's going around, uko sawa, you're staying healthy, you're staying fine, you're looking fine, you're dressing well, you're shaving your hair. Yeah.
Na hii baridi. Mbona
Shave.
shave?
In case some people may just shave. But yeah, we hope this finds you well. Wherever it finds you, however it finds
Like
you.
the email that found
Yes,
you.
like that email you're running away from. We also hope you're well. I'm Pascal.
I'm Ron.
Yeah, and welcome again to On a Friday podcast. And today we have a visitor. We have a guest.
Hello, umemwita visitor. Hujamwita guest.
No, it's really nice to have like male guests. I've noticed for a while we've been having a lot of female guests. Yeah. So today we have someone to match up our energy and
Gender equality.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to just keep up and show more male voices out there.
Yeah.
True.
So I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
I am King Khassidy, music video director, film director, and I do basically everything that usually consists of visuals.
Yeah.
And I'm here as a visitor, as you say. So I'm today to visit here.
And doing visuals.
And doing visuals, yeah.
You're new.
Yes.
King is the way, like folks decided you are just...
King actually came from high school,
Yeah.
from basketball. Because, King James. And
Yeah.
So, but my actual name is Jesse Khassidy, and most people know me as King Khassidy.
Nice.
You know, the first time I heard King Khassidy,
Yeah.
I actually thought it was, Khassidy. The
Yeah, I know
rapper.
Khassidy from the US.
Yeah, the rapper. Nilifikiria, because he calls himself King Khass all the time.
Yeah.
So nikafikiria, that's where you
He
picked
actually
it.
calls himself King Khass.
Yeah, King Khassidy.
Okay.
King Khass was taken.
So it's a coincidence. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, from one king to another, you all are on the same page on music.
The
I
same
mean, you
page,
do
themselves.
amazing
Yeah.
stuff with your visuals and with your producing.
Yeah.
How do you want to tell us more about that? Just what you do?
Mainly what I do is I've focused on music videos for 4 years now, but I'm planning to move on to film directing.
Yeah.
I want to officially just start doing movies. I've been doing music videos, but in a movie style, you get.
Yeah.
But now I want to solely focus on films because I feel like we lack a bit in the film industry in Kenya. Not much. We just need a bit of adjustments. You get original content. That's one of the problems. We have the same story.
Yeah.
Someone will talk about Shago and then he came to town and
A lot of things happened. Either
it's the
something
same
big
thing.
happens. Yeah, then they
Exactly.
conquer it.
Nimefikiria DJ Shitty for some reason.
When is the last time you saw a good horror movie from Kenya? Name one horror movie from Kenya.
True.
Exactly.
You have a
We
point.
haven't seen even one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the things I want to fix,
I feel like as Kenyans, we're just good in comedy, drama.
Yeah, exactly. Like someone who's left.
Family drama, some
Exactly.
social drama. and
Especially
then
family
comedy.
drama. We're very good at that.
Yeah.
We have, I mean, we tell our stories.
Exactly.
It shows you the kind of livings that we
Family
have.
drama.
So I want to introduce surrealism into the African scene. Not African, but Kenyan scene.
Not in excess that people just look at it and they think this is just
Yeah.
out of...
Yeah, something when you watch when you're high, you have to go to a doctor or something because you're not going to be good after that. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. I'm trying to be because being different is the key.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now today we're going to talk about mainly now involvement in music.
Yeah.
Looking at the music industry in Kenya, it's made leaps and bounds. It's grown in leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
and
true.
even the music videos in Kenya, some videos I see and I am very shocked we shot that in Kenya.
Yeah.
It's just purely amazing. The storytelling in the music video is amazing. You could tell the director's work, like that is a quality
serious.
director. You can see from the
Walichukua
video.
kazi yake serious.
Very seriously, the producers and then doing amazing work. So we want to talk about a lot about that today, and I'm gonna start with you, Ron, on something Khassidy mentioned. Music videos in Kenya are doing the same story. Music almost the same. Yeah, we're almost looking at the same story with music. There's nothing. I personally wouldn't say extraordinary coming out new. It's new things coming out, but same story being told.
Exactly.
Ulevi, Madame, Pombe Sigara.
It's different pages of the same book.
Yes.
For some reason,
exactly.
I thought you'd just say Pombe Sigara. Sijui mbona, nilikira tu each one.
G-bag na.
G-bag.
No, no, same-
It's just
same
drugs,
thing.
women, and it's just drugs and
Drugs, women, alcohol, having a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what I think now that umeanza na mimi, and I also want your perspective on this because you deal with a lot of musicians. But how it looks like to me, and it's a conversation I had with someone, was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, because I introduced her to new music. It was around 3 weeks ago. I introduced her to new music, and akaniambia, this is music I have never come across anywhere. Like, where is this music?
And that was Kenyan music, or just
Yeah, nani? Yeah, some of them were K-Rops music. Yeah, and she asked me, like, hizi mangoma zote zukwa wapi? And I think my theory is part of the problem is the things that are either sold the most or the ones that sell most. Hazikuangi.
True.
Yeah. And when you listen to some artists, especially from I've heard a lot of rappers, especially old school rappers, say this about the current music scene, which I see it being applicable in Kenya as well. Wakisema they ilifika point wakarealize, especially for the new market, they have to dumb down their craft for it to be relatable to the market. So someone like Royce the 5'9", ukisikiza mangoma zake, like it's like you are studying. It's like you're studying his verse. You have to peel back the layers for you to understand what he was trying to communicate. So I've seen, although I can't quote one out of the top of my head, but I've seen have been some works in Kenya zenye you can tell these people put some thought into this. Like there's a concept they're trying to bring out. But sisi tukienda kuiwatch YouTube, hatuiwatch na those eyes. Si tunawatch na mademo wako wapi? Like where are these
that's how the
unaona ka venye
majority
kina Sauti Sol akifanya nini hii mpenzi leo naenda safari. Umeona hiyo video? Like there's a plot. There's a plot to the video. It's a story. Yeah, but not many people do that. But my theory is even for the people who are trying to do that, they might be demotivated because that's not what our eyes are looking for.
That's not what the large part of their market is looking for.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a two-edged sword. Is it sword or sword?
Yeah, two-edged
sword. Yeah. If we talk about the whole thing, we'll be here for 2 hours, but let me just make it easier.
Yeah.
First thing is we need to do music as a business. You get?
Yeah.
And business, you need to make money.
Yes.
And if the majority of Kenya actually has this specific mentality in which it's very hard to change unless you force it on them. Let me give you an example. Sauti Sol actually forced their way to become the top artists. You get? They forced with the good music until people were like, okay, we need to focus on these people. So we need to force as a whole group so that people get used to it. Because we were not used to certain types of music just because it was good.
Yeah.
An example is there's so much terrible hip-hop music that's out here and everyone agreed it was not good. Let me give you an example. Simple Boy. I'm not hating on Simple Boy. But if we're being honest, if Simple Boy did not force his way to actually be taken not seriously, but listened to, we would have never listened to any other song after that.
Yeah.
But he knew you take him as a joke and he went through with the joke consistently. And that's the key. You get? So that's the problem. We give up. We have one person who's doing good music and then he doesn't even invest in pushing the music and marketing it. It's a lot. It's a lot that takes in order for your music to be listened to.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, takes a lot of money to be invested to. That's also
work.
money is the second thing. We don't have enough people who are investing in the music. If they're investing into the wrong people. Let me give you an example. I'm from Mombasa. And Mombasa, the music that they invest in is bongo. Bongo is not something that is ours. Bongo is from Tanzania. Leave it to them. Let's do our own thing. the people who are actually doing good hip hop music, they're not being taken seriously. The people who are actually doing good R&B, they're not being taken seriously. There's people who are being taken seriously outside of Kenya, but they're from Mombasa.
True.
There's this guy who's called Caleb Awiti. Caleb Awiti is one of the top R&B artists. He's from Mombasa, but no one in Mombasa knows about him. You get go to Mombasa, and the people who know him are people who listen to international music and actually love it. They don't do it because they want to show off to friends. You get? So we need to make good music cool again, because it used to be cool, and then people came with stupid music, and then people are like, oh, it's easy to do, I can also do it. And then because it's easy, everyone does it. Now it's saturating the market. We need to start from the top. The people who actually know what music is good, they need to get keep. If you don't have good music, and even if you have money, we do not care, because we already have money from the people who want to hear the good music. You get? So it's the problem is the flow of money and where it's going.
Or may bring an interesting point, especially on that point of gatekeeping, which a thought that has come to mind is, might it be more challenging right now, because now the landscape we are working in is more, it's a free market.
Yeah, it is.
I can come, and this is how SoundCloud rappers started in the US, because they couldn't sign these huge record label deals with the huge record labels. So they just started with their SoundCloud accounts, and Gucci Gang akakuja ku blow up. That was a SoundCloud artist. So maybe those are the types of artists who the record labels wouldn't have accepted before, but now it's like the record labels are trying to catch up. By the time they're coming to you, you're already making wave. Like, people are already listening to you.
A thought on that I have is the same way America has SoundCloud rappers is the same way we have Gengeton artists.
Yes.
Because they didn't use the TV to get to where they are.
Yes.
But the issue as to why Gengeton was not taken seriously, I'm not saying it died, because that's the problem. In Kenya, when you say Gengeton died, it's a whole issue. You're going to be cancelled. I'm not saying it died, but it was not taken seriously because the people were not doing it as a business. They were doing it as something
for the love of music.
Yeah, and also other people had the intention of flexing on other people. Like, look, I'm a musician too. You see, they talk to a lady and they're like, oh, I'm a musician, so you need to get. They didn't do it with the intent of making this something international. The issue is we even got to a point where the Grammys was considering us. And we're not releasing any more Gengeton music. It's not evolving. Hip hop has evolved. We have trap now. We have R&B trap, which is technically hip hop. Like Brasantila revolutionized everything. Gengeton is the same thing.
Yeah,
that's the problem. We don't revolutionize. We don't revolutionize things. We don't advance. We're just there. We're just the same people. We had a specific sound of ours, and we let it go.
Yeah.
And also the thing of it being so vulgar is not even a problem. There's so many people are vulgar, like Cardi B is vulgar, Nicki Minaj is vulgar, Megan Thee Stallion is vulgar. Who cares? Even the music videos, they're very nude. You get like who cares about all that? We just want good music that we can bump to in the club. If not in the club, we can bump to in the house. There's just so many things. We don't take ourselves seriously enough to be taken seriously outside there. But if we took it as a business, we do good music videos that no one else can do it easily, we'll be good. If Gengeton had music videos like the way there's this group of 3 people. No, in Kenya, Gengeton artists, they had the best Gengeton videos. Benzema is there.
Okay, yeah.
They are the only people who are doing good music videos with Gengeton. You get, they were always going to Ivan Odi. Ivan Odi is a director.
Was Nani doing Gengeton? Anaitwaje? Zimenice.
No.
Chris Kaiga.
So he was doing Gengeton Imeomoka.
Yes, because ulikuwa unaangalia videos zake uko like,
exactly.
Bro, you really invested in this.
Even the sound, even the producers he goes to, the difference between
Manchild. I don't know who Manchild is, but wherever you are.
One big man.
He was like the father of good and polished Gengeton music. Gengeton music that actually has not necessarily a message, but a direction.
Yeah.
You get these other ones, they're just blabbering anything that they can find. But he had a vision. He knew he had music videos that he needed to do. He knew he had a good producer, good beats, high quality. You can even play it in an event and it sounds good on the speakers.
Yeah.
But these are the people that they're paying 500 shillings for a studio session. What do you expect? It's obviously going to be terrible. So he was doing Gengeton Imeomoka.
Yeah.
That's the best way we can describe it.
That's true.
And even until now, people are like, what happened to Chris Kaiga? Where's the music? You get? He was doing good music in which I could listen to, my mother could listen to, my family can listen to, my friends. I can be like,
listen.
look at this guy.
You and your family can jump.
How I
later
knew
this year.
Zimenais was from a previous boss.
Uh-huh.
She's the one who introduced me to Zimenais. So like, where did you come across the? I can remember now she got it from her kids. So, but it's music that
And
she
the topic
listens
matter
to.
is the same exact with the Gengeton artists, the
Yeah.
other ones, but he took it seriously. He took it as a business.
Yeah.
And that's why it worked for him.
Yeah.
So if
But-
people take it that way, it will be good.
He had money. He had money.
I don't think that's a problem.
to put into the music
He had
videos.
creativity too.
He had
Well-
creativity for sure on the creativity part, but he had money to put into the music videos because it takes money. It takes a lot of money.
I
to do
don't
a
think you
music
can
video.
tell me Zimenais is an expensive video. It's
I
just
think
a
it is.
smart video.
How?
Okay.
You get
What's the categorize? Define expensive in your terms.
okay. Expensive is something that costs a lot of money, but you can have a
Like
good video.
give me a
what's,
range.
What's a
Okay,
ballpark for a lot of
what's
money?
a
A lot of
range?
money is 200,000 and going forward.
Going above.
Okay.
If you are spending 200,000
on one music
even
video.
like 150 is like a ballpark. That's an expensive video, but not too expensive. So the thing is, he had a high quality camera. You see, that's one thing.
Yeah.
He had a concept in which every line of the song has its own scene. You don't really need a lot of things to do that. I used to do that when I was having a budget of 3,000 shillings, when I used to have good quality video. As long as it's above 1080 and it's crispy and you can see the person, that's a good video. People don't really care because there are videos which have been done for less than that. There's videos which have been shot on an iPhone. You can
Yeah.
say that's an expensive music video. That's a good music video. It has concepts, it has scenes. It's not just being in the street and blabbering anything you can think
Yeah.
about. You get and just
Okay,
playing loud music.
I get your point.
Even the
'cause-
dressing.
Yeah, because you can have a well thought out music video, but lower quality.
Exactly.
When someone looks at the quality and okay, you didn't
quality
use the
is-
best equipment,
Yeah.
but I can see
Where
the
your head was at.
yeah, I can see what you are trying to
because
what you're
if,
trying
if
to
a good
do.
video was determined by a high quality camera, I don't think I would have been here. Because the video that actually convinced the high paying artist that I was good was 1080 pixels and it was shot all of it in a day. You get, we literally had a gimbal and a camera, and it was not any good camera. It was a Nikon. You know, Nikon is good. Is known for photos. I'm not dissing you, Nikon. but Nikon is not the best. You get?
Yeah.
You'll never hear someone's like, you know what? I want you to bring a Nikon.
Yeah.
I've never even seen a cine camera which is a Nikon. That's too complex. But you get my point. If you're using Nikon, you've never seen a cine camera which is Nikon. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You get even when I don't know if it's Nikon who bought red. Everyone was like a potato. They now red is a potato because Nikon is not taken seriously in the industry.
Yeah.
It's like using a Nokia. You get so
okay.
Nikon is our industry's Nokia.
Okay.
Yeah, and I managed to convince an artist that I'm good enough. Not even convince. He managed to. The artist I'm speaking about is Octopizzo. Octopizzo discovered me on a music video that I shot on a Nikon, and it was shot in a day. And the places that we used are free locations that everyone usually sees in Mombasa. Every single day, when you go to Mamangina, when you go to Old Town, those are the same locations you see. But I still shot a good music video, and I actually made an artist who's at the top of his game to see like this guy is good.
Yeah.
So the quality of the camera is not really that important because I would have shot my first music videos on a Techno, a phone, and that convinced the other artists that I was good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. It's the concept. The whole concept is everything. Am I entertained when I see your video? You get that's the key. Am I entertained or am I inspired? Two things. If you're not doing any of that, I don't think so.
I have a question for you, Pascal. Do you think bad music is being pushed to the public, or do you think bad music is what a lot of people would consider to be bad music? Do you think that's what's being pushed to the mass, and that's the reason why it's being
taken up more.
adopted,
Yeah.
or do you think it's the people's need is what now guides the source? Do you
I,
think it's the market is demand driven or supply driven?
I like that. I like that. And I actually got that point from two of you. You talked, yours was the other way around.
They're
You
pushing it.
felt, yeah, they are pushing bad
Yeah.
music and
Yeah.
that needs to change.
Yeah.
But you're talking about people want that kind of music. And I agree to that because we've seen the songs that do hit the most, especially now we're talking about Kenyan songs only, are the ones that come down to be kind of vulgar around
Club
the topic.
songs.
Yeah, club songs around the topic on drugs, alcohol, madame.
Kujiachilia.
Yeah, those are the ones that do hit on YouTube, on Spotify, on radio,
TikTok.
on TikTok, on TV, the music shows on TV. Those are the ones that are played often. But I do feel they are played often because those are the ones people want to listen to more. So I do feel it's more of demand driven. I feel people, no, I've seen people want music they kind of relate to. For instance, when Pobe Sigara came out, everyone related to that. Like, hizo ndo vitu mbili unawezacha lakini yeah, so people do relate to that song and they want more of that song.
Yeah.
When Jibag na Jag came out, even without them pushing it, you could see people agreeing those are the only two things you need and you're good. So these artists are coming down to understand what
Ngoja. Jibag ni nini?
Jibag ni Jaba, if I'm not wrong. Am I
Si Java.
Jaba? Jibag is like
Si
star.
Java.
What's the G for?
Tuambie.
Jibag ni, it's like ni half bag. It's half.
Half
yeah,
bag, yeah.
it's half bag. Yeah.
Ya nini?
Ya nini
Ya
though?
weed.
Yo, what is Jibo?
Okay.
So when you don't buy it as
So for the record, tumepatiwa
G-
sign signals from the background.
So the G itself, what does it represent?
what does the G represent?
Exactly.
I don't remember that, but
Okay,
I know the
sawa,
bag is.
sawa.
Oh, I think it's ganja bag.
Oh yeah.
The G, that might be the G.
You have spilled the tea.
But to answer that, I think I can just ask you
Yeah.
like a chain of questions. You know for a fact this terrible music is easy to do, sindio?
Yeah.
So let me put you in the shoes of an artist. You're in the studio, you're working hard, you take like a week to make music. You get a good music and no one listens to it. And then you see someone, because good music is hard to listen to unless you're actually just sitting down.
And
Someone
invested.
else does something like taka taka taka, you get,
Yeah.
and you see he has a million views.
And you see it being played everywhere.
yeah.
And you see another person do the same thing,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, so I have to make a decision. I have to make money from this.
Yes.
So what should I do? I should make music like them.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Breeder is a good rapper. If he wanted to rap, he can rap.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion
Yes,
is a good
yes.
rapper. If she wanted to rap, she can rap. Calligraphy is a good rapper. If he wanted to rap, he can rap. But what the hell is he doing nowadays? Tumakitu. Like, these are the things. Like, you see someone doing something that is regarded as easy, in which we all agree. There's so many songs I know you can do, I can do, and I'm not even a rapper. You get? And if I am a good artist and I'm like, this is not working, you see, I'm not getting the views because I'm not making it simple for the audience. The audience wants something simple. But not
That's what I meant by dumbing down.
yeah, you need to
your
dumb it down.
art.
But also at the same time, you need to consider that Kendrick Lamar made a whole career off of hard music to listen to. There's so many artists I cannot
Yes.
listen to. If I'm not going to lie, I cannot listen to because you need a lot of brain power. You get to listen to him. So
Yeah.
I need to sit down. I need to be in a situation where I can listen to it. I cannot
Yeah.
You
listen.
can pay attention.
Yeah, like Eminem.
to-
You'll never hear Eminem songs in a bus when you're going to town or going anywhere.
Yeah.
You'll never hear Eminem songs in a restaurant. They'll not play his music. So also another thing, people need
Partly
to understand.
because it's vulgar as hell.
It's vulgar, it's difficult to digest.
Yeah.
Because he's using similes, he's using so much. And I'm
yeah.
like, no, I just want to hear la 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 la. I don't want anything
You don't
else.
think about the music.
Yes, I don't want to think about the music. I just want to bump to it. You get
Yeah.
And
Yes.
a lot of people want that. And I think Kenyan artists have gotten to a point to understand that. Like what you're saying about calligraph. Music is about money. And there are two aspects to it. And I think we're addressing the money side. The other side is art. We'll come back to that. But on the money side, they need to chase where the money is. And the money is where people just want to listen continuously. People want to listen to that song on the way to the club, listen to it at the club, and listen to it for the rest of the week.
But that's the people who want to be known in the club. There are people who don't really need the club. Let me give you an example. Stella. STL.
Yeah.
STL's music is used in movies.
Yeah.
Another person there's this producer. What's his name? He has a beard. He has good music. His music is used in Netflix and big movies, and no one in Kenya listens to him. Not no one. Okay, no one. Is
Like
a
very
stretch.
few people.
Very few people. You
Okay.
get. He's respected in the industry. He's doing amazing work. You get.
Yeah.
But I know his name, but I'm forgetting it. He has produced one of the biggest hits in Kenya, but his music is solely for films. So he knows his target. The
Yes.
problem with people is you're a good artist, but you're aiming for the club, you're aiming for the general audience.
Yeah.
Is it
You
true
want
that's
money.
where the money is?
No, that's actually not where the money is. Let me give an example. I do music videos, right? And I know for a fact if I want to make money, it's either do films or adverts. You get?
Yeah.
But people think I'm making a lot of money because I'm in music videos because of the lifestyle that comes with music videos.
Yeah.
In order for you to do a music video, you need to go to posh locations.
Yeah.
You need to hang out with people who are looking good with chains on. You get? It's show off.
Yeah.
But the good money is in adverts. When you're doing adverts, I do not think anyone can know that you're making money. Do you know any advert who directed it? Name just one advert. Exactly.
I think to the only one Nenye niliona, although I don't remember the name of the guy, but I saw him on Instagram. The one who did the most recent ad, Royco. He did such an amazing job. And I got him from Instagram because
Omoke.
the nimesahau jina
Omoke,
yake.
Omoke has an ad video. I've not seen it yet, but I've seen videos of it.
Yeah. Like he did a very good ad concept here, Royco. Yeah, when they were introducing this whole line of spices that they have introduced right
There are a
now.
lot of people who have done it. So
Yeah.
it's very hard to pinpoint.
Yeah, but I came across as such a person. But to your point, I can't name.
The people who have money are not known. Again, the people who are known don't really have that much money. You get the people who are known out here. They've been on the biggest shows in TV and everything, but then they're not paid enough. You know, an example is artists are the last people to be paid. You get, and if they're the last people to be paid, and I want that artist to pay me, and I want them to find money from another source, it's very hard. But if you approach a business, like let's say you approach Rico as an example, Rico has a budgeting. Not budgeting, has a marketing budget. You get?
Yeah.
So are you telling me if you approach someone like Nasty C and you approach Royco, who do you think is going to be paying you better?
Royco.
I would guess Royco.
Royco has a whole team.
Yeah.
Royco has a whole company that has
Royco
employees.
is ready for influencers to come in and put out
exactly.
music, content.
They have budget for everything.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be focusing on a single person. Instead, I'll be focusing on a brand.
Yeah.
So that's where the money is, but no one will ever know you. That's the thing. I do not even know Equity's adverts who does it. Even Safaricom's adverts. Even adverts that have over 150 million views. But I have never known who did it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the point. You will not be known outside here, but you'll be making money. That's the same thing with music. You either choose you are known in the industry or known in the media. Not media, with the audience.
Yeah.
So choose one, or you just make the money. Because I am pretty sure this guy who's a producer, his name was coming and then it left. This guy who's a producer is making way more money than 80% of the artists. Even an example is in the US, streamers are making more than artists. And a streamer actually is known by the younger generation. Does not make music. He just sits down there and talks about anything
And
that he
plays
wants.
games.
And plays
Like video
games. You get,
yeah.
it's not easy, but it's easier than being a musician. Because a musician, you have to come up with things every single day. You have to think about what's new and stuff like that. But as a streamer, you just do what you love and your audience will come if you're smart with it. So it's all about knowing where you want your music to go to. If you don't know where your music is going, you will remain broke for a very long time. Make music designed for the audience you want. If you want club music, find a collab with club artists. Do with people like that. If you want conscious music, you know your music is going to be played in yoga shops and
Spotify will be where you're looking at.
Spotify is where you'll be getting promoted. Again, like Tyler. Tyler is an African artist, but she does not do African music. Listen to it carefully. That's an R&B artist from the US. If you hear her for the first time, exactly. But when you discover her, you'll think she's American. She even looks American unless she speaks. When she speaks, you're like, there's so much contrast. You get, she sounds so South African. She has that accent. You get, that's when you get confused and you're like, oh, you're not American. That's why she's booming everywhere because she's exactly what this is going to sound racist, white people want.
Yeah.
She is petite, light skin.
Mm-hmm.
She has that. She knows how to do
She can
white
dance,
people music.
she can sing.
Yeah, she can dance, she can sing. She's the whole package.
Mm.
That's why it's easier for her. If someone tells me Tyler is an independent artist, that's a lie. that's 100% lie.
Yeah.
Because I've seen where she's been coming from. She has been groomed. No, groom is a bad word. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say that one. I had a story that Taylor's, the guy who's helping her push, one of the guys who's helping her push was also
director.
helping. I don't know if this is the actual producer, but one of them was also helping. This other
Shoma
one.
Josie.
Yes,
It's
Shoma
Shoma
Josie.
Josie's ex-boyfriend.
That one.
And
I
also
remember that.
ex-manager.
I had that story.
Yeah. He's the same person who helped her. I'm not saying I know, but
Yeah, but
I'm just saying
that's what's
fishy.
going around. Yeah.
Because he started with Shoma Josie,
And she
then-
hit.
and then she hit, and then
Yeah.
Shoma Josie, there's something happened, and then when he left, Shoma Josie did not hit.
Yeah.
You get, and
And
then
then went to Taylor.
we went to Tyler, and
And she
then
hit.
did Tyler. He's called Shota. That's his name. He did Tyler's video, the first video. He did the whole marketing thing, everything. He did everything for her,
Yeah.
and then she hit. I'm like,
Shotters
Shota
coming up
is
with
doing
water.
something.
Like, that song.
Yeah.
And the relationship before with Shoma Josie was a boyfriend, stroke manager, and stroke director relationship. And then the other one is, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
no,
Taylor
let's-
says she's single. So let's go
Away
with
from the
that.
grapevine. Away from the grapevine.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about art.
Yeah.
So yes, music does need to be as a business. That's
Yeah.
the only way it can grow really well and even give money to the pockets of the artists, because that's the whole point.
If you're spending money, you
we
need to make your
adulting.
money back. And that's
Yeah.
the whole point of business.
Yeah, and I like what you said. You need to know your audience. Like there are artists who I feel like most of them are pushed to a point where to understand club music, radio music is what brings money, is what hits.
It's not the
But
only way.
I like that they have ads as an option. They have
games.
movies, games.
We have Matata on FIFA.
Yeah,
Like, where are people thinking?
For
about-
real?
Yeah. Matata is on FIFA. Matata's music is on
no, it's a
FIFA.
foot, yeah.
It's easy. They know where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They do not care about like being played in the club and everything.
They just know their audience. What
Exactly.
about art? How does the art still come in? Because we don't want to lose the art aspect of music.
The key is art needs money to be made. You need money to make art, right?
Yes.
And how are you going to make that money? Through doing things that give you money.
But money could push you so far off because you're just chasing money. You're no longer doing it for the love of music, for the love of the art, for putting good art or
But you
your
still-
kind of art out there.
But you still need to pay bills.
Which is why I do get his point,
Yeah.
and that's where my point here, my theory, the market being demand based
a
comes
supply,
in because Ilif Kamali, because I appreciate music and I appreciate good music, and I think some 5-6 years ago nilikuwa tu nimekaa chini nikashindwa, why do I listen to all this music for free? I think there was a site nilikuwa naenda kudownload my MP3. Then kaka chini nikafikiria, where am I expecting this artist to get money if I download this
And you
song
don't even
for
go to
free?
the shows.
Yeah, then nika realize, especially for a lot of Kenyans, we just don't have that culture ya ku-invest into our creatives' lives. Ukikuja uambie ununue album ya Calligraph 1200 utabai.
Hata Nyashinski mwenye napenda itakuwa tricky.
Utaanza kuangalia sideways.
Itakuwa tricky.
But ukiangalia some other
Tunasema 200 inaweza buy.
1200.
Oh,
1200. 200 coin ni konyagi. So, but ukiangalia in some other cultures, that's the, like, album itakuwa $40,
Yeah.
but they'll sell 2 million copies.
yes.
Wanna get?
Yes.
Now, people actually
They even
wait
sell
in
physical
line.
ones.
Yeah. Even right now, like ukiangalia kwa Spotify accounts zao, bado wako na the physical copies that someone can just buy because they're such a Kendrick Lamar fan that they want to have the physical copy of the album
on that point.
kwa nyumba.
Do you know how much a ticket to Beyonce's show is? How much?
I can't
Crazy.
even
I
imagine.
Around
remember
$2,000. That's
Nazu sell out.
$200K.
And they
Imagine.
sell out in minutes.
In minutes. Like you have to get another person who already bought the tickets because he knew it was going to sell.
Yeah.
$2,000. Do you
That's
know
a
$2,000 is
lot of money.
You cannot even spend $2,000 in a music video in Kenya without mtu kukupeleka mbio. Do you
Yeah.
know how hard that is? Do you know
Yeah.
how even an average music video in Kenya is around 100,000 Kenya shillings. If the person is serious, you get past 100,000. That's someone who is extremely serious with his music.
Yeah.
You get, but if you're talking about 80% of the artists, 60% of the artists, they will pay 40,000 Kenya shillings for a music video at most. They're like, oh, Mrs. Bitapo, and someone is one ticket is $2,000. One. Imagine, and it's fully booked. It's around 20,000 who came. No, 20,000 is few. Around 60,000, 50,000 for her show. And let's say the lower rates is around like $800.
Yeah.
$800.
Which is still a lot of money for a ticket.
If you take 800 multiply by 50,000, how much money do you think she's making? Even Taylor Swift's shows.
Yeah.
You see, even people who are at the bottom, not bottom, but people who are not really that much known. A show is $500. Some is $200. If in the US you say, "Oh, my show is $50," someone's like, "You're a low."
Yeah.
You get you're not making enough money.
Yeah.
If someone's show is $50 in the US, and here, if you say your show is 5,000 to go to, unless you Sauti Sol.
Yeah.
You're not good.
Like 5K watu watakam.
Yeah.
But
That's Chris
ironically, Chris Brown akikuja, people will pay 15,000.
20.
Yeah. Exactly.
They'll make the
But you only
argument
change
that
to Chris Brown.
So
yes.
again, coming back now to demand driven or supply driven, people won't go for those ones yet. Watu wa Nairobi wenda events yet they don't show up for
the
things.
event bars.
Soul Fest ili sell out. The
Where do
last
people
time
get this money though?
and they're
I don't
still
get
getting
it.
taxed that Soul Fest sells out. The last show that Sauti Soul did sold out
Immediately.
fully. Like VIPs in fact were selling out faster than the average tickets. So people do have a way of showing support. Wouldn't you agree it is not the kind of music and the kind of artists we have there is not worth that kind of support? Because it's not a question about money. They will pay for Sauti Soul. They will pay for what's this other one? Sauti Soul, Chris Brown, Kendrick. They'll pay however much amount of money.
Wakenya watatoka Kenya kwenda Rwanda kuna Kendrick
Walienda.
Lamar.
Yes, I saw
Wengi.
so many of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they won't pay 5,000 to go see
To see Nyashinsky. And Nyashinsky has been in the industry for what, 20 years? Tangu tukwe primary.
That's also something someone needs to choose. If you're going to choose to make music that's meant for the club, expect that no one is going to pay anything above 2,000 to see you. No one.
But I have an interesting question there, because which my main question is, do you think we need more investments in the industry like Soul Generation?
Yes.
Because now what Soul Generation came and did in part was they gave good quality music, but it's still music that can be played in different...
But they have a label.
Like they can do club, they can do... Which is why I'm calling it an investment.
But they have a label.
Yeah, do you think there should be more investments like that in the industry?
You need to make music that is good enough that the label considers you as valuable. Because they have a label. Without the label, I most probably don't see them being where they're at.
How many record labels do you see doing what Soul Generation is doing?
They're not in Kenya though.
In Kenya.
I've never seen one in Kenya that does anything. We used to have Grandpa Records.
I
see,
remember
I
know.
But Grandpa Records has a lot of issues. Again, greediness. Greediness is the key of everything. We have a lot of greediness in Kenya. If we had the same mentality with Sweden and other countries like that, we will be good, because even in Sweden, people don't even do crime that much. The jails are as good as the houses in Kilimani.
Yeah.
You get, even Kilimani is not yet there, but you get me.
Yeah.
So I think it's the mentality. We just have this not hunger. We just have this, I need to get more, because if I don't use this opportunity, I am going back to where I'm from. You get? So we don't have the places that we need. You get? You might try to help someone, and then that someone backstabs you. You get? And that's a big issue in Kenya. So that's why you don't want to help anyone. You're like, just help yourself. I don't need to help you.
Yeah.
It's like a kill or be killed kind of mentality in Kenya, and it's mainly because of us not fixing a lot of things in our system. We just have a whole big problem. If I help someone, he's definitely not going to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something. It's in the core. It's not even culture. We just have this greediness and tribalism and nepotism. A lot of factors that all comes down to we need to fix ourselves.
Sainajo Julius Nyerere mali yuko anasema niliwawon. Because he did Tanzanians used to say that about Kenyans. Like Kenya is a man-eat-man society. Then we were just criticizing them like you people are just not go-getters enough.
Especially in
Which
Nairobi.
now we look at Nigerians like that, or rather Nigerians look at us like that, like you people are not go-getters enough. Do you see how driven Nigerians are? Nigerians, they go everywhere and they take over.
Behind the scenes,
Yes.
they have the people they need, but in Kenya we are not willing to let those people take the lead.
Yeah, but in addition to that, my point there was, ukiangalia the issues that they deal with, it's like Kenya times 10. Juzi I was with a colleague of mine, just generally as a society. Nilikuwa naongea na a certain friend of mine. He's a very interesting Nigerian. He talks a lot. So he was telling me about how they had a scandal in the government where no nafikirianga wa Kenya tunabebonga ufala. ati they came wakaulizwa pesa iko wapi? Kasema nyoka ilikuja ikameza.
Yo.
Government officials say that.
Millions. Ati nyoka ilikuja kwa nini? Ilikuja kwa ofisi. Like ikameza hizo milioni zote. Wanauza okay. Hiyo nyoka iko wapi? Hatujui.
Ngoja, that was
It is I'll Google. Let's go to release kitu. I will show you the nini.
Serious?
But it was nilikuwa namsikia niko like na nafikiria Kenya tunabebonga ufala. Nigerians are on another level. So my point is, I'm sure when you look at behind the scenes, you'll find that the cut edge nini culture that they have, I suspect it's way worse than in Kenya.
That means they're more. Someone from outside would say
They're more brutal.
greedy.
Yeah, they're more brutal.
But they know if they
Yeah.
do the right things, they're going to get more than what they would have gotten if they were trying to steal it. You get, there are specific artists, like an example is Wizkid. You can't tell me Wizkid just came out of nowhere and his own money and everything. He had the right people who are like, look, I'm going to invest this in you and I expect this back from you.
Yeah.
So he was like, I need to work hard because this guy invested millions in me.
Yeah.
You get my point? So we don't have those people. These people are interested in different things. They're interested in the drugs that are coming through in Mombasa, you get, because they know when they invest in that, it's going to come back.
Yeah.
That's why we have Marvin Records in Nigeria. Marvin Records has superstars on superstars.
Yeah.
It did not just happen out of nowhere. You get, so those are the
growing.
things. Yeah, those are the things we need to focus on.
Yeah.
Like we need to focus on the people who are investing in other things because they know it's going to come back. We need to invest in we need to go and look for those people. We need to go and tell them like, look, I have this, and I know it's going to work. If you invest this in me, I'm going to show you. But the problem is if we don't have anyone who has proven that it has worked before.
Yeah.
Unless we can go to Sauti Sol, but Sauti Sol it worked through a label. I'm not saying this because I have information or anything, but according to my own opinion. So no one should cancel me for this. That how do you know Sauti Sol? No, I don't. I just can see from what happens.
Yeah.
You can see that
the value of the label
yeah,
to them.
exactly.
deriving an
You cannot
observation.
have Sony come and find you if you're not good.
Yeah.
You get me? Yeah.
One of the final questions as we wrap up.
I still want to come back to art. Again, me, I love music and I listen to music for different reasons. When I'm exercising, when I'm bored, when I'm tired, when I'm working, when I'm not doing anything, when I'm doing dishes. But I listen to music for the art of it, for the love of it. Either whether it's the same song or same album or same artist, but for the love of it. I am really struggling, and I will struggle to shift my music to people who just put out content and music for the sake of making money. There's some music you hear and you can tell who is just doing this no apate do. Like I may push, I may promote everywhere. Lack of a better, it's I may shindakizi promote everywhere, and it's just to make money, not to actually put out good content. So I still want to ask this: how do you balance music and art? Money, how do you balance the money aspect
from
and
an
the art
artist's
aspect?
You need to balance your timetable. You need to have okay, I need to do this to make money, and I need to do this for my own like love for the art. Like for me, sometimes I do music videos because I just want to make money. I absolutely do not care about the music and stuff like that. I'm not saying this. I know this is going to make my business be like,
True,
oh, you
but
don't.
kuna zile you just I'm here for the money. I'll give you quality work.
I'll give
And
you
then you
quality
guys will
work.
pay me.
Yeah.
My opinion on your content, aside.
I'm not a judge. I'm just a
Yeah,
director. You get
yeah,
me?
yeah.
So, and there's some in which I actually take my time and I'm like, look, I need to come up with a good concept. I need to come up with something that when someone watches and someone is like, okay, this is nice. Because there's some people, if you invest your vision into them, it's going to around like 500 people. He's going to get like 500 views at most. I'm not saying views is important,
Yeah.
but you need your art out there.
Yeah.
You get
You
why
do.
why would I do something when I know for a fact it's not going to get to the people I wanted to get
Yeah.
to? You get
Yeah.
why am I going to have get an artist have as a real video? No one cares. People just want to see ladies dance and stuff like that. No one actually cares. You get but if you do it with the right artist, it's going to work better. You get so that's the thing. You need to know when to do business and when to do art.
So would you sacrifice money for the sake of doing art?
No, I will not sacrifice money for the sake of art, but I will do art still. I'll still find
No,
time to do the art.
Or if you had to do one that comes out artsy and even you can see like really good work on it, but you know, either you see that it won't bring in as much money as a money one.
I've done it so many times.
Yeah, so you'd cool with that. With not sacrificing, but lowering your money interest, compromising on money a bit for
as
the
long as
sake
I'm
of
paying my
growing
bills.
art.
As long as my bills are getting paid here.
There's a baseline. Hey, keep it up.
No, it's not a must I make money from that one. I can be doing other things that are making money. So I'm like, okay, I know my bills are good, and I know my lifestyle is not going to be like going in a depreciate. So I'll be good. See there. So this project you're calling me, it's not going to ruin anything. Yes, definitely. I'm like, okay, how much are we making? Nothing. Okay, that's okay.
What's
because
the
I know,
art gonna come out? Amazing.
In the end, in the future, my kids are going to be like, you were something. You get it? They're going to be like, okay, you're something important, and I feel like you did enough for the culture. You get that's the whole key. If if your kids are not proud of you, I don't think you're doing the right thing. You get so I usually do it for my kids to be like, okay, dad actually did something, and I need to do something too, and that creates a cycle of greatness in the bloodline. You get But if you're just doing things for the sake of doing things, I don't think you're going to end up in a good position.
True. I like that. So both find
Both.
there's a scene I've
balance.
seen I think on a movie. Ilikuwa nasema have two things or have two jobs. One feeds the wallet, the other feeds the heart.
Yeah, that is the key.
That actually makes sense. But that also means you have to do double the work. Yeah,
Yes.
because you know you can just do half the work and get money.
I remember the
And
artist.
but
then
you have to.
I remember the producer's name, Blinky Bill.
okay. But then you blink
I just saw that
Blinky
outfit and I was
Bill.
like, yeah, I remember him now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blinky Bill.
Blinky Bill has a whole brand. He does music for
Yeah.
films.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, Blinky Bill is not for everyone.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
for everyone.
And he's paying his bills. He's living good. And he doesn't
He's
care
still
about the
putting
fame.
out good art.
We have this mindset of always wanting to be famous, which is not the key. We don't need to be famous. Like I am not famous, but I make enough money to pay my bills and pay my parents' bills and stuff like that. You get? I don't really care about being famous, but it's also advantageous because you need what's the word, endorsements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you need endorsements, it's good. But if you don't need endorsements, doesn't matter. For me, I would rather have like 2 billion in my account, but no one knows me. Safer that way. You know?
True.
I'd even make people assume that I'm poor.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone killing me.
When I was in high school, my uncle used to say, "It's the poor people who act rich. Rich people don't
Yes.
want to act
Yeah.
rich because." And I also heard it from one of the Instagram whatever's reels. That guy was saying, if all you can afford is a let's say Ferrari. You will make a point to make people know that you can afford a Ferrari. But if you can afford to buy stakes in the company, then the car doesn't the car doesn't fascinate you. You can drive around in a Toyota na watu, you won't care about what other people think about you because nafikiria naweza amka kesho niende kununua half.
If I had
half
a
the-
Lamborghini, I'll have it blacked out all round.
Yeah.
I will never let my window down because it's for me to enjoy. It's not for them. If they enjoy it, they'll want it. And if they want it, how are they going to get it from me? By killing me.
But music comes with
Usipitie na
popularity, especially now with artists. You need to be popular to be known, to get endorsements, to get some people.
Yeah.
You need to be known for such things. So
Blinky gets endorsements. And he's
Blink
not
is
known.
known. You just said his name and you're like, yes.
But Blinky is
No,
known
but
with
he
people
is
who
known.
care about
like
music.
hauwezi compare popularity ya Blinky Bill na hata Nyashinsky. You can't.
Hata Sedo.
Hata
People know
Sedo.
Sedo more
And
than
he's a
Blinky.
producer.
And he's a producer like
Yeah.
Sedo.
True.
You get?
So don't nakwanga in his like inasemeka
Ni venye
when
where
the
you
music
are-
starts.
Yeah.
Sedo.
Ni venye where you are surrounded by people in the music industry. Uko na Chelsea, JT, K-Rob. Of course, you'll come across Blinky Bill. But yeah, a
For
lot of
people
people
only know
don't.
Blink is
artists
like the
hawatakumbuka.
alchemist, the producer alchemist.
Yeah.
You don't know him, but he's getting more money, and everyone in the industry, the important people know him.
Yeah.
You get, and he's not like Jay-Z. Jay-Z, everyone knows him.
Yeah.
You get, so it's different.
Okay, so being known by the right people.
Right people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I'd rather have 5
Blinky
people.
doesn't need me to know him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 5 people who have around like 1 billion each in their account than a million people who have 200 shillings in their account.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I just need to convince these 5 people that I'm good. But in this other one, I need to convince a million people so that I can make a million.
Imagine.
It's too hard.
So get to know your people. Like, I'm live in this beats. So one final bit for artists. Again, let me give you a perspective. Let's look at really young artists. Young in terms of how long they've practiced with music, visually, recording, not just in the shower or in your room. So a junior or a really young recording artist who's starting out and they want to make money and they want to continue doing something they love. So for them both, those are the two priority. They don't want to make money and be subjected to do something else, even in terms of their music or what they sing about, but they want both of them at the same time. Any tips?
I think you just choose either you sell your soul. By selling your soul, I don't mean you have to meet with the devil. Selling your soul it's just selling your soul.
Like
It just means you're doing
what
something.
you believe in.
Yeah, what you believe in. Yeah, the things you will never do, but just because you're getting paid, you'll do it. Yeah, that's what. So you either choose that, or you choose not being known, not having enough money, but you do what you love. Like an example is I had the option of doing things I know for a fact 100% I would have made more money, but I will not enjoy it. You get like the boss is at your door knocking and things like that. I don't like that. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go with my path. Whether it works or not, I did what I wanted. I'm not going to regret later. I'm not going to get
It
old
was
and I'm
your
like,
decision.
why didn't I?
I had a chance.
I had a chance, and now look at this guy. This guy's making more money than me. No, I chose my path, and luckily, it's paying more than enough.
Yeah.
You get so choose what you want to do, choose where you want to go, and you'll be good. You don't really need much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ron, for you as an for you now as a listener to this artist, any tips?
Maybe I don't think my tip is for the general public because again, my music taste is very niche. It's not one siendangi club, siskizangi trendy music. And venye amesema, like mimi mtu mwenye natakanga nikae chini, nisikize ngoma kama venye after nisikize album ya K-Rob. Like Adi, I got the concept he was trying to lay out throughout the album. Alianza na sad songs, akamaliza na happy songs.
There's
like
always someone
I pick
for you
out
out there.
Yes, I pick out those. But unfortunately now, ngoma yangu siwezi enda kucheza kwa gym, siwezi cheza kwa
Really?
mangoma zangu ni za masikio yangu.
Like
not in public speaking.
Yes.
Have you ever had Mozart in the club?
Exactly.
But
I've seen people pay to go and sit down and hear someone perform all that. Same, no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're still making money even though they're dead.
But me, I would just encourage the artists who really put in their work. They should know that there are people like me who
are listening
see
out here.
and they see the music videos on I get the concept. Like
Nice.
that actually interests me.
Part in short, so I'll start. The most interesting thing in music for me are the lyrics. Ron?
Lyrics, definitely. I'm a hip hop fan, bana.
Depends on the day.
How do you even react to that?
Sometimes I listen to the lyrics, sometimes I have no idea what he's talking about, but I just like how it makes me feel. Because music to me is how it makes me feel. If I feel like I enjoy, I can bounce to it. Yeah. If I feel like it gives me this scene of a movie and things like that, then it's okay. It depends. It depends on a day. I can't listen to Drake on a Friday. Like I don't want to listen to Drake on a Friday. On a Friday, I want to relax. On a Friday, I want to listen to someone like Brent Fires. I want to listen to someone like who what's his name?
On a Friday podcast.
On a Friday podcast. Yeah. So the specific people I can't listen to specific days. You get it.
Okay.
So I don't want to wake up early in the morning and I'm listening to Eminem. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sour, nice. I'm surprised with the answer. I would have thought, would have said videos, music videos.
Sometimes I listen to a lot of music that has no video. Like Frank Ocean has absolutely like 3 videos maximum, I think.
Sure.
Frank Ocean is exhausting. Now those are the ones I need to think
Exactly. You need
when
to
I
sit
listen
down.
to it.
But
Yeah.
he's still making money even though he finished years ago. His last song is like 6 years ago, if I'm not wrong. But he's still known. He's still relevant.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Mm.
We'll close on that note. I really like the stuff that are coming out though,
Mhm.
especially having that review. Thanks, Cassidy. We're getting a good understanding of the music scene.
Mhm.
And even I know our listeners are also benefiting from it,
Mhm.
coming out to help people who are starting out in music, listening with music, interacting with music in different kinds. Yeah, so amazing on that. How can they find you?
It's very easy to find me. If you just type King Khassidy, Khassidy anywhere, Google, Instagram,
Sema
everywhere.
pole bana.
One more time, slower.
King KHASSIDY. KHASSIDY.
Yeah.
If you just type King and that, you'll find me anywhere. If you just Google, you'll find everything. If you use YouTube, Instagram, same thing everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm a very simple person when it comes to a name.
Nice.
Same thing
boy.
everywhere.
Nice.
Or even if you use my real name, you still find me.
Just
Jesse.
Just
Yeah, JESS. Then the real name is CASSIDY.
Okay.
So either way, you'll still find me. You can never get lost when finding me.
Nice. And we'll tag you on this so people can
Yeah.
check out more of your
Definitely.
work. And everyone who's listening from all the different places, online, all the different Spotify
Streaming.
options, streaming options,
Yeah.
streaming platforms for podcast on YouTube. Guys who are finding us on radio, anywhere else you're getting us, continue to listen to on a Friday. Cassidy amesema he can listen to it on a Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, Friday is the perfect day because it's on a Friday.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They talk about naming.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's all from us. So catch us on our next episode, and we hope you got some really good stuff from this.
Definitely.
Cheers.
Yeah, bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.